It is the hits, Laura, Sam and Tony. It is summer. It is 660 in the studio. Welcome, boys.
Hey, guys. Not only in the studio, but you guys are going to play for us today because today's a special day. Brand new album.
Yes.
Now,
Finally it's out.
yeah, talk me through it because we were just saying, so what's the name of the new album? But you don't really have a name.
No, well, not it's 660, called 660 for on paper, but we kind of untitled, really.
Is that where you're at now? You don't even need an album title. It's like everyone just knows you guys.
We go through a process of trying to name it, but always fall short.
Didn't Led Zeppelin do that? I just can't work it out.
Well, it's like it's not a unique thing, but
Chicago did it.
Yeah, great band.
Yeah, but we have a reason. At the very beginning, we thought what we wanted to do is try and use it as almost like a collaboration thing with our fan base. And the idea is that we're basically giving them naming rights. That's what we're trying to do. So after, since the old records, the first album's become known as the Gold album, second one as the Colours album, and we don't know what.
What about
this
the greatest?
Well, that's pretty good.
I think that's quite good.
We'll put that up.
I'm going to just
option.
write down my little cut from that.
Okay.
So let's talk about the process. How do the songs come together? Do the words come first? Do the music come first? Do you guys work together, or do you work individually and come back together?
All of that. We try and keep all the creative avenues open, just so you can try and catch any inspiration where it comes from. So the answer is just yes to everything. Just stay open and keep your ears open for great ideas. And
sure. So Ed Sheeran, they have almost a very commercial kind of thing. Well, we need to produce an album by this date. Do you guys have those kind of pressures where you have to get together and really put a song down?
It definitely gets to a point where you need to stop writing music and start finishing songs.
Yeah, okay.
And we definitely self-impose deadlines. I think they're helpful to a certain extent. But I guess when it's time to start kind of ramping up the intensity, and there's really no playbook to it. You just have to feel it out.
You guys have really ramped up and you've completely taken over, I think, is the Kiwi sound of summer, which is so cool. And you're touring all around the place. Chris, tell me where you're most excited to go. You got Lower Hutt, my hometown in New Plymouth, Hamilton, Whangarei, Auckland. What's your pick? I'm putting you on the spot.
You are. I mean, all these places are great, but it's so exciting to play Western Springs again. Yeah. So it's it's hard to get. But I don't know. It's just. The best thing about being in this band is because obviously I'm originally from Australia. I call myself a Kiwi now, but the best thing about it is I've been able to go all around New Zealand and see all the different towns, all the different cities, meet all the different people, and that's honestly one of the highlights of being in a band touring around New Zealand. So it's just kind of cool to get out there and meet people.
Does it feel like work? I mean, it's not lost on me that you're touring, in Lower Hutt in January the 25th, and you're touring right through till February the 22nd in Auckland with a whole lot of different venues in between. Is that something you look forward to, or do you kind of feel like, do you guys wish that you were having New Year's with your friends and doing that more traditional thing?
Are you saying they're not friends?
No, I'm not.
God, I wish I was hanging out with some friends right now.
I guess my question is, does it feel like work?
No, not really.
No, it doesn't. We're doing this for 10 years now, so it's like it's just a mindset thing. You just gotta, it's part of your life, and friends and family accept it, and it's real cool because they get on board, and like if they can make it overseas or to any gigs we're doing in New Year's, it's like really special for them and us. So,
how is the international travels going? Like, massive in New Zealand. I too am an Aussie, and I'd love to see you just dominate over there as well. But how's the single, this one, the greatest, gone overseas so far?
I think it's tipping to be our most successful radio song over in Aussie. So there's just a lot of firsts. Every album, we're just trying to get better, trying to improve. Spread the good word of 660 however we can. So we're always going to be. We hold high aspirations. So and we're quite competitive. So we just want to try and push it. Try and spread this thing as far as possible. So the ceiling's there is no ceiling in our opinion to what we can do. Particularly the way we see music. I think we don't feel like we're defined and refined by any particular genre. We love music and all the things music can do for us. And on that other question, it's like we feel quite privileged to be able to do this, and that this is the life we can kind of lead. At the beginning, we never thought this was really possible, and kind of just keep that mentality going forward.
Hey, just before we get into your wonderful performance, I've got a styling question. Because I look at the four of you here in studio, and you're all quite different. You know, Eli, you've got you've gone for the plain grey tee. Marlon, you've gone for you got a shirt on with snakes all over it. Matiu, is that kind of like a baseball themed top? And then Chris, you got holes in your shirt. You got a big long slouchy cardi, which is tray cool. But who decides like when you're performing what you wear? Like who's your stylist?
We haven't really had a stylist. Or we had some help over for Western Springs to help try and keep it all together. But we celebrate our differences, man. That's where the kind of broad spanning sound of our music comes from. So
yeah, we definitely all approach dressing differently, I think.
Yeah.
Some people need to put some pants on, and some people need to express themselves.
Yeah. Who would you be more like, Sam, in the crew?
I'm in the baseball top.
Yeah.
Definitely can't get away with this cardi and the ripped jeans.
You pull it off, Chris, but I don't think many would.
Now, the Saturday 660 Saturdays tour is about to kick off in January. I'll never forget when you guys came out at Western Springs and you just stood there and took it all in. You just looked out at the crowd, and again, it's going to happen this year. Heading to Lower Hutt, January 25, New Plymouth, February 1, Hamilton, February 8, Whangarei, February 15, the big one, Auckland, February 22. Guys, thank you so much for coming in. The Saturdays tour is about to kick off right across January. We'll have the details up on our website. You can go to Ticketmaster. Don't wait. Do not wait. These tickets will sell out, especially, Lower Hutt, New Plymouth, Hamilton, Whangarei, and the big one in Auckland, guys. Thank you so much.
Let's hear it. The new title of the album, The Greatest.